The introduction of the governor will be by Mrs. Iman Carpenter, Student Council President, College Station Elementary. Ms. Iman.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Imani Jolie Carpenter. I'm in the 5th grade at College Station Elementary Specialty School. I would like to thank all of you for being here to help recognize and pay tribute to so many worthy individuals who fought, bled, and died just so we could have our freedom and equality for all. It is important that we educate ourselves about Black history because it teaches us and reminds us of the sacrifices, struggles, and the disparate treatment that our forefathers encountered during their struggle for freedom. But also, it teaches us of the accomplishments, achievements, brilliance, and difference that our forefathers made and contributed to this great nation. Although we must remember the struggles, sacrifices, the mental and physical pain that our forefathers endured, it is also equally important that we remember to have love in our hearts for all people, even our enemies. For in the final analysis, it is only love that can save us. We must pray for our nation, and we must pray for our enemies. First John 4:8 says, anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love. Now Proverbs 16:7 says, when a man's ways pleases God, he will make even his enemies be at peace with him. I want to encourage each of you to always stand up for truth, justice, and equality, even if you have to stand alone. But I can promise you that you are never alone, because when you're right, God will stand with you. And when God is for you, He is more than the whole world against you. I have the distinct honor and pleasure of introducing the leader of our state, Governor Asa Hutchinson. Governor Hutchinson was elected as Arkansas's 46th governor in November 2014. He took the oath of office in January 2015. In his first year in office, he has reduced tax income rate, brought new businesses to the state, and signed into law that every high school will provide computer science classes to all students. He is committed to providing fairness and equality for all. He is committed to making sure that Arkansas is the greatest state in the country. He has been married to the lovely Mrs. Susan for 42 years with 4 children and 5 grandchildren. So without any further ado, please join me in welcoming the governor of our great state, Governor Asa Hutchinson.
Thank you, Imani. Something tells me you'll be writing history. You'll be writing your own history very soon. And I'm just glad that you're young enough. I'm glad that you're young enough that you won't be running for governor against me. Bishop Lindsay, thank you for your comments today and for your leadership in this state and your history. Reverend Parks, thank you for your prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a time to celebrate Black History Month. It is a time to remember African American history and what it means to our nation. It is not a time for African Americans to celebrate your own history by yourself. It's a time that you share African American history with everyone else. And it's important that our state and our nation understand the contributions of African Americans to our country, to the cause of freedom, in the areas of business, education, medicine, and the sciences. It's important that we remember our history. If we do not remember our history, then we will be bound to make mistakes in the future. And I think everybody in this room understands that if you're not a careful guardian of history, in future generations they could get it wrong. And so we need to guard history, the truth of it, the accuracy of it, the passion of it, the pain of it. Every aspect of that history we need to understand and value and keep for future generations. I want to express appreciation to the legislators here and the Legislative Black Caucus for the contributions that you make to our General Assembly, but to our state. I want to particularly recognize former Senator Tracy Steele and current Senator Linda Chesterfield for your leadership in making sure that the monument to the Little Rock Nine is a part of our state's history and our state monuments in this capital. The Little Rock Nine monument is on the north end of the Capitol. I get to see it every day because as you look out my office, you see the Little Rock Nine looking back, and it reminds you of your responsibility and that moment in history. I look out in this audience and everybody here could write their own history and talk about the importance of African American history to our state. But there's two individuals I just wanted to mention today. People from Arkansas who've made a significant contribution in their particular areas. Edith Irby Jones, born in Conway in 1927. Yes, you remember. She was born to a sharecropper and a maid. She was the first African American accepted at the University of Arkansas for medical sciences. She earned her MD. She became a successful physician, surgeon in Houston, Texas, had a successful medical career, and she was the first female president of the National Medical Association. Edith Irby Jones fought the struggle, was successful, was an example for future generations. Secondly, John Harold Johnson, born in Arkansas City, survived the flood of 1927. On top of the levees where black children and white children were all together simply trying to survive. I think he developed a nose for news, an eye for news, and subsequently in life he founded the Johnson Publishing Company that today has the brand names of Ebony and Jet. An incredible entrepreneur, publisher, and he's from Arkansas. Two people from Arkansas that helped shape the world. And so there's many that we could celebrate. I just mentioned two. There's many more. But today, as governor, I'm pleased to participate in this Black History Month for all of Americans and to be able to sign the declaration, the proclamation that says, let's remember that history and let's make sure that we learn from that history good things for the future. Thank you very much. Well, this is a great ceremony issue in the proclamation that February is designated by the President as National African American History Month, a time for honoring and exploring the culture and history of Black Americans and recognizing that our society's rich diversity is one of our greatest strengths. And so today, as governor of the state of Arkansas, I proclaim the month of February 2016 as Black History Month across the state of Arkansas, and I urge all my fellow citizens to neither forget the painful past nor lose sight of the promise of the future. Signed, Asa Hutchinson, Governor.